Yugioh Anime Games here. We built an awesome modern character deck for Kaiba using a bunch of the cool new cards. Not only did we get the Blue Eyes structure deck, but we also just got Maze of the Masters featuring a bunch of his new XYZ cards. First up, you have the original Blue Eyes White Dragon. Can't beat it. Gotta be 3 in here. Blue Eyes Alternative. Really fun inclusion. Chaos Emperor Dragon. The retrain. You have plenty of lights and darks for it. The Dictator of D. Kaiser Glider Golden Burst. This is going to be a lot different from an advanced format, Blue Eyes based deck. This really is meant to be like what Kaiba would play if he was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. Got Kaiser Vorse Raider. Then we have Maiden of White. So cool to see a retrain of Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Really, really some good cards that came in that Blue Eyes structure deck for us. Neo Kaiser Seahorse, which instead of helping you summon out Blue Eyes like the original Kaiser Seahorse, this one gets to be summoned out when you have one and helps you set up your grave. Obelisk the Tormentor, notable card of Kaiba's. We really want to include that along with a bunch of Obelisk support. The King of D. White Stone of the Ancients. I mean, there's so many Blue Eyes support cards that we could have included. A lot came in that structure deck. We need to make room for the new cards from Maze of the Masters too. So you'll see some classic, newer support cards for Kaiba, but not everything. Then we have 3 Thunder Dragon Dark. This is our replacement for Thunder Dragon. It's a pretty clear retrain. Obviously, there's a whole new archetype of Thunder Dragons, but we felt this one was a very good retrain of the original. And then here it is. X, Y, and Z. X Cross Cannon, Y Yardhead, and Z Zillion Tank. These are some really fun cards that we are so happy to be able to swap out the original XYZ for new retrain versions in this modern Kaiba deck. And they work pretty well together, especially with some of the other support cards that we got from Maze of the Masters. You'll see that it's pretty easy to get to these pieces and get to your fusion monsters. And this is a good time as any to say that if you're not subscribed to the channel and you love the anime, modern character decks, videos all about the anime, subscribe, hit that notification bell. What are you doing? You got to make sure you're subscribed. Then we have Dragon Revival Rhapsody. Fist of Fate. We really want to get a good mix of, cards that work with Kaiba stuff like the new Lord of D's, the Obelisk stuff, a lot of Blue Eyes support. Interdimensional Matter Forwarder. Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Nice to be able to special summon out with Blue Eyes. There's a lot of very strong spell and traps that we got in the new Blue Eyes deck. Soul Crossing. Spell card Monster Reborn, which a lot of our modern decks have, and spell card Soul Exchange. We'd love to see more of these retrain versions of spell cards. We're lucky that Kaiba has 2. Here's to hoping that we get more. The Breaking Ruin God. Then we have Melody of Awakening Dragon. Thunder Dragon Fusion was definitely going to be in here. Trade In. So this is a very old school card, obviously not from the original anime, but we've had it in the game for a while. It was a staple of a lot of Blue Eyes and Dragon decks in the years past, and given you a lot of level 8 monsters, it works really well in here. Ultimate Fusion. Union Activation. So this is really cool in that it helps you get to whichever XYZ piece you want. Again, these cards we got in Maze of the Masters and the Blue Eyes structure deck really do up the power level of this modern Kaiba deck, which is not meant to compete in the advanced format. But there's also the benefit of letting you summon out a monster from your deck, like, say, Blue Eyes White Dragon, if you summon the 3 XYZ pieces at the same time. Really cool card. Wishes for Eyes of Blue is the last spell in here. Moving on to the traps, we have A to Z Energy Load. Alright, so you're not going to draw too much with this card. Obviously this deck is not just like a dedicated XYZ deck. We only have so many of these fusion machine monsters. Destined Rivals, and this is in our Yami Yugi modern deck too. Loop of Destruction. Majesty of the White Dragon. So this is a pretty sick, very powerful first effect. We chose not to include Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon or Blue Eyes Chaos Max. Maybe we find room for one dropping something else. Again, especially when you're including all these Kaiba cards, it's not just like a Blue Eyes deck or an XYZ deck. There are a lot of directions you can go with it. A lot of people might build theirs differently. This is just what we had in mind. Soul Energy Max, the Ultimate Creature of Destruction, and then True Light for the last main deck card. And it's nice that this gets a little buff from the new support, or it's easier to get to. And by the way, we're going to be launching a membership here on YouTube. We've had a lot of people ask for this. We're really excited to be bringing you guys extra videos, a lot of other fun ways that you can interact with us and, you know, help out the channel. So look for that to be launching pretty soon. All right, for the first fusion monster, we have Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Blue Eyes Ultimate Retrain of sorts had to be in here. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Just continuing on. A Blue Eyes fusion we can make. Heck yeah, it's going to be in here. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Why not both, right? Then we have Thunder Dragon Colossus. And Thunder Dragon Titan. Thunder Dragon Colossus is the only dark monster in the extra deck. So sometimes you will be locked into light special summons from the extra deck. And you won't be able to make Colossus. But you can still make Titan. Union Controller. This card is pretty easy to get out, given how well your XYZ pieces work with getting each other onto the field. And yeah, this Union activation kind of lets you get to the other parts of the combo that you need. And it just works so well with the new XYZ stuff. We had to get all these Maze of the Master cards as soon as possible. XYZ Dragon Cannon. Yes, it's not a retrain, it's the OG XYZ Dragon Cannon. But it is in here for Hyper Dragon Cannon. So Hyper Dragon Cannon has a pretty easy to summon because you can banish pieces from your graveyard. Has a very powerful effect to destroy your opponent's cards. Then lets you reveal a level 8 light machine fusion monster in your extra deck to summon the pieces back that are listed on that fusion monster if you want. So that's why we include XYZ Dragon Cannon. We don't like to just duplicate like new cards. Again, this is not just like 3 of everything like you'll see some advanced format decks. The next time you're shopping for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, consider using our TCG player link in the description down below to help support the channel. Then we have Spirit with Eyes of Blue, a very easy link to make. So here, we don't have Mausoleum of Light in here. Again, there's so many ways you can build these decks differently. It's understandable to include that. We thought it was still valuable to have for its other effect. But yeah, we're so happy we got so many cool cards that we can use in a Modern Kaiba deck from the structure deck. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. So this was kind of an older synchro. Again, for coming from the anime from Kaiba, these are all new cards, but some of these we've had in the game for a while. This one's been in the game for a while, but still got to get an inclusion in here. What we do have that's nice and brand new is Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. It is a little tricky to make in this deck. You have some level manipulation for your light tuners. You need 2, and we have 2. Again, this card may not come out as often as you could see it in an advanced format deck, but for the way we play with these modern Kaiba decks, as our fans know, it's got to be in here because we'll make it eventually in the games we play. And that is it for our Modern Kaiba deck. Quite a large extra deck, 40 card main deck. We're so happy that we were able to totally revamp it with the new cards in Blue Eyes Structure deck and from Maze of the Masters. Let us know what you might have taken out and what different cards you might be putting in a Modern Kaiba deck if you're making one.
We hope you guys liked that video.
Make sure you check out some of our other videos like top lists, tier lists, faithfully recreated anime decks, and modern character decks.
Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.